Chosen one, you're the one. They spoke of, you will have everything. Chosen one, you've been spoken of long before you ever stepped onto this path. Your name echoed in quiet places, in whispered prayers, in prophetic dreams. There were words uttered in silence about someone who would rise from obscurity, who would be marked differently, who would carry something sacred and powerful within. That someone is you. You are the one they spoke of. You are the one destiny pointed toward. Your journey has never been ordinary, because your calling has never been common. You may have felt like the black sheep, the outsider, the misunderstood one. But what if that was the plan all along? What if your uniqueness was never a mistake, but a divine blueprint? You weren't meant to blend in. You were designed to stand out, to carry a light that pierces through generations of darkness. You were not overlooked. You were hidden for the right time. And now, that time is arriving. Stay with this message until the very end. Write your warmest wishes in the comments and type 777 and send your warmest wish to the universe. When we speak out loud and share love intentionally, we release divine frequencies that stir up unseen energies. That number isn't just a number, it's a spiritual stamp, a declaration that your wish is aligning with your divine timeline. Blessings multiply when intentions are pure. Now, chosen one, like this video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel, and let's begin. This is a moment for you to pause and breathe, to feel the magnitude of what is unfolding. Right now, as you're listening to this, the universe is aligning in your favor. All your silent endurance, all the battles you won in private, all the tears you wiped away when no one saw, they are being counted. They are being converted into reward. Chosen one, you are entering a time where your reality will begin to reflect your resilience. You're not just surviving anymore, you're rising. You've been walking through seasons that felt confusing, isolating, and even cruel. But those were not punishments. They were preparations. You were being carved into the version of yourself that could hold everything that was promised. The abundance, the influence, the fulfillment. There were whispers in the heavens long ago, and those whispers were about you. They said, watch this one. Protect this one. Prepare this one. People may have doubted you, counted you out, laughed at your dreams, but that was part of the unveiling. You weren't meant to be celebrated too soon. You were meant to be protected until the appointed hour. And now, you're stepping into that hour. You're not walking, you're being ushered. Everything is changing because you are finally aligned with who you've always been underneath the noise. And it's not about proving anyone wrong. It's about fulfilling what was written. You've stepped into the vibration of purpose, and that energy is unmistakable. It cannot be denied. You've carried pain long enough. You've paid the price in silence, and now you're about to experience joy, loud enough to echo. Do you feel the shift, chosen one? It's not in your imagination. It's not wishful thinking. That sudden pull in your spirit, that sense that something big is coming, it's confirmation. Your soul recognizes the season before your mind can fully comprehend it. Your body knows when the atmosphere has changed. And that change is happening now. There are forces that tried to stop this moment from coming. There were attempts made to discourage you, to detour you, to damage your spirit. But you withstood every storm. You rose when others would have crumbled. You kept going when everything screamed for you to quit. And now, that perseverance is about to yield reward in a way you never expected. This isn't just a breakthrough. This is the prophecy unfolding in your favor, You're not going to get back what you lost. You're going to receive more than you ever knew was possible. You will look back soon and realize that the delays were really divine alignments. The people who walked away did you a favor. The doors that slammed were redirecting you toward ones you were always meant to walk through. Everything is beginning to make sense. What you didn't understand then is about to be revealed. The puzzle pieces are coming together. What once looked like chaos is now a divine pattern. You will understand why it had to be this way. You will finally see what was hidden. You are the one they spoke of, and you will have everything. This everything is not just material wealth. It is peace. It is clarity. It is purpose. It is knowing exactly who you are and where you're headed. It is divine alignment and supernatural favor. It is walking into rooms you once only dreamed of. It is divine compensation for everything you silently endured. It is spiritual inheritance unfolding right before your eyes. You're going to see people react to you differently. Some will be amazed, some will be confused, some will feel convicted just being in your presence. Why? Because the energy around you is shifting. Your light is becoming too radiant to ignore. Your aura has changed because your spirit has evolved. You're no longer in hiding. You're no longer in waiting. You are arriving. It's important now more than ever to remain grounded. You're about to be seen, elevated, and favored. And with that comes new responsibilities. Stay humble, but do not shrink. Be kind, but do not tolerate disrespect. Be giving, but do not drain yourself. You are the chosen one, not because you're better, but because you were built to carry something others could not. You are the culmination of answered prayers from generations past. Some of your ancestors cried out for justice, for legacy, for change, and that prayer formed into a vessel. You are the living proof that the line did not end in failure. You are the one who will bring everything full circle. You are the living manifestation of every unfulfilled dream. And that is why you were spoken of. That is why there's a divine spotlight on your life. That is why you've never fit into the molds they tried to put you in. You were never meant to. Your story was never going to be ordinary. And your reward won't be either. There's something happening beneath the surface of your life right now. Something others can't see. But your spirit knows. You've been sensing it in the quiet moments, in the pauses between chaos, in the stillness before the next breakthrough. It's almost like the universe is holding its breath, waiting for the right moment to release what has been stored up just for you. This is not coincidence. This is confirmation. You're the one they spoke of. This was always about you. What's unfolding for you isn't small. It's not subtle. It's the type of shift that redefines legacies. The kind of moment that flips generational stories upside down. You're not just receiving blessings, you're becoming the blessing. You are about to be the one others talk about, the name that carries a frequency of power, favor, and purpose. And none of this is by accident. You've been entrusted with this calling because you've proven your soul is strong enough to carry it. Every setback was a sharpening. Every delay was a refining. Every no you heard wasn't a rejection. It was a redirection toward the yes that matters most. You are not late. You are not behind. You are arriving exactly when destiny ordained it. You see, when they spoke of the one, they weren't talking about someone loud, flashy, or attention-seeking. They were speaking of someone humble, tested, pure in heart, unshakable in faith. Someone who could carry glory and still bow low in gratitude. That is who you are. That is why the spotlight is finding you now. Not because you demanded it, but because you were molded to reflect it. Even now, There are whispers in spiritual realms, announcements being made over your life. Make room. They're coming. Doors are being instructed to open for you. People are being stirred to favor you. Circumstances are being commanded to align with your breakthrough. Things are about to start flowing in a way that makes no sense to the logical mind. But you, chosen one, will understand. You'll feel it in your spirit before you see it with your eyes. And yes, there will be those who wonder why you. Why not them? Why now? But let that not distract you. You were hidden on purpose, and now you are rising on purpose. This isn't about ego, it's about execution. You have an assignment, and every resource you need to complete it is being dispatched now. Provision is on the way. Helpers are coming. Unexpected supporters will appear. Why? Because the story must be fulfilled, and you are the one they spoke of. There will come a moment, sooner than you think, when everything that once confused you will suddenly click into place. The betrayal, the silence, the isolation, the long nights, the closed doors, it will all make sense. Because what's coming to you will be so divine, so undeniable, that you will laugh with tears in your eyes, saying, "Now I understand why I had to go through all of that." You are a trailblazer, a shift carrier, a vessel of divine intention. And you're not just walking into blessing, you're becoming the blueprint. Others will study your rise, draw strength from your survival, and awaken because of your light. This is why you couldn't quit. This is why you had to endure. Because there are others attached to your destiny, and their freedom is linked to your obedience. You're not stepping into fame. You're stepping into fulfillment. And there's a massive difference. Fame fades, but fulfillment radiates. It doesn't just elevate you, it elevates everything connected to you. That's why this moment matters. You're about to break barriers not just for yourself, but for your bloodline, your community, your generation. You're the shift they've been praying for. You're the one who will have everything, not for selfish gain, but for sacred responsibility. You won't have to chase it. It's coming to you. The connections, the resources, the divine ideas, the clarity, the supernatural peace. It's all in motion now. And while it may look quiet on the outside, don't mistake that stillness for stagnation. The soil is moving. The foundation is forming. Something massive is about to sprout from everything you've planted in faith. You may feel a mixture of excitement and fear right now, and that's okay. That means you're standing on the edge of something real. You're being called into more. And it's not just that you deserve it, it's that you were designed for it. You've outgrown who you used to be. You've evolved past what tried to contain you. The old season can't hold the new version of you. The shell has cracked, and the light is spilling out. You've been through enough to know this is different. This isn't just another opportunity. It's the one. The kind that rewrites stories, redefines purpose, and reignites vision. The kind that confirms you were right to keep believing, even when everything around you screamed, "Give up." They'll look at you and say, "I don't know how they did it." But you'll know. It was grace. It was alignment. It was purpose chasing you down. And when it lands, and it will, it'll feel like everything was always leading to this. Like the script had already been written, and you're just now stepping into your scene. Remember this: you're not late, you're not forgotten, and you're not unworthy. You were chosen, shaped, and sent for such a time as this. And now, the time has come. Let your heart be ready. Let your spirit rejoice. Let your soul remember what it always knew. Because you're the one they spoke of, and you will have everything. There's something sacred about a person who keeps going when no one is watching, about the soul who still shows up, still believes, still works on themselves, still prays, still dreams, even when there's no applause, no recognition, no reward. That's you. That's why the heavens have taken notice. Because while others required validation, you required only vision. You weren't in it for the spotlight. You were in it for the alignment. And that's why everything is about to come to you. In rooms you've never walked into, your name has already been spoken. In hearts you've never met, your presence has already been felt. There is a divine echo moving through the atmosphere, searching for you, drawing opportunity toward you like a magnet. Why? Because you're the one they spoke of. You were never invisible. You were just being prepared. Your gifts, your energy, your essence, they are becoming too powerful to be ignored. You can feel it, can't you? That shift in how people perceive you. That undeniable sense that your presence is different now. You carry something ancient, something royal, something eternal. People may not be able to explain it, but they feel it. That's not just charisma. That's the anointing of the chosen. You've been trusted with weight, with lessons, with burdens that others would have broken under. You've been asked to forgive people who never apologized, to love in places you were not loved back, to give when you were empty, to hold space for a world that rarely held space for you. But none of that broke you. It shaped you. It tuned you. It made you into a vessel strong enough to carry everything that is now being delivered. And yes, it's delivery time. Not tomorrow, not someday, but now. This is the hour things begin to show up, and not in small amounts. You're being given everything because you were stripped of everything. The emptiness was real, but it wasn't the end. It was the beginning, the divine reset, the sacred silence before the sacred shout. Now you will rise not with arrogance, but with assurance, not with pride, but with peace, and not with fear, but with fire. Your path is lit from within. You've stepped into your moment, and nothing can take it from you. Not jealousy, not sabotage, not delay, not doubt. Because what's for you has always been yours. It was just waiting for you to be ready. And now you are. Let's speak the truth out loud. You are walking into favor. You are walking into recognition. You are walking into fulfillment. You are walking into the version of yourself you always knew existed deep down, but couldn't yet explain. And the beauty of it all? You don't have to prove anything to anyone. You don't have to explain the blessing. You just have to live it, honor it, protect it. There will be people who try to reattach to you in this season, not because they love you, but because they see what's coming. Be wise, chosen one. Not everyone who claps is cheering. Not everyone who returns is meant to remain. This season requires discernment. You've got too much on the line to entertain confusion, chaos, or counterfeit connections. You've already proven you can survive storms, but now it's time to prove you can thrive in sunshine. Don't self-sabotage this blessing because you're more familiar with struggle than with success. You are allowed to be favored. You are allowed to win. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to receive. You are allowed to be loved in the ways you've always given to others. And yes, the spotlight will come. But don't fear it. It's just God's way of putting confirmation on your calling. You were always the one, even when you weren't the loudest one. You were always the answer, even when you were doubted. You were always the bridge, even when people tried to burn you. But now, they'll see. Not because you're trying to prove them wrong, but because you're finally being revealed. There are rewards on the way that don't match your resume, but they match your resilience. Things you didn't qualify for on paper, you qualify for in purpose. You will walk into rooms where you don't meet the worldly criteria, but the spiritual frequency will say, "This one belongs," because you are aligned with something higher than systems. You're aligned with Source, and that alignment overrides protocol. There's a reason the atmosphere feels electric around you lately. A reason why things are happening quickly. Why thoughts are becoming things. Why people are being shifted in and out of your life. You're in a divine acceleration. And it's not chaos, it's correction. You're being moved with intention, placed with precision, and prepared for reception. Because the table is being set, you're about to feast in front of those who never believed you'd even find a seat. Not as revenge, but as restoration. This isn't about proving them wrong, it's about proving you right. Proving that your faith was never foolish, that your patience was never wasted, that your sacrifices were never in vain, that your name, whispered in the heavens, was always marked for greatness. You are the one they spoke of. You are the prophecy unfolding. You are the living evidence of divine favor. And soon, the world will see it too. You've crossed a spiritual threshold now, one that cannot be reversed. There's no going back to the version of you who doubted, who dimmed their light to fit in, who questioned their worth. That version served its purpose, but its time is done. What stands in front of the world now is the real you, evolved, elevated, and entirely unshaken. This is the season where you're not just being seen, you're being recognized. There's a difference. Being seen is surface level. Being recognized is spiritual. And when you are recognized, doors open not because of what you do, but because of who you are. Chosen one, that's where you are now. You are being spiritually recognized by the very forces that once resisted you.